Tonight, a hot-button issue at the State House centered around guns and keeping them out of the hands of certain people.
Specifically, those with protective or restraining orders against them. Eyewitness News reporter Caroline Goggin joins us now live from the State House with the Providence Mobile Newsroom.
Well, Shannon and Mike, this bill was thoroughly debated tonight at the State House. After more than 3 hours of testimony, only 4 people had spoken. That's out of about 4 dozen people. So that just goes to show you how highly controversial this bill really is. An hours-long hearing debating the right to own a gun while also protecting those at risk.
There has to be a balance between the two so that victims can feel safe and also individuals can still also have their property secured.
The bill would limit access to firearms when an individual is under certain types of domestic restraining orders or protective orders. Opponents call it overreaching.
It takes away the judicial discretion. The judges are the ones that should be evaluating the cases and be able to say who should have a firearm and who shouldn't.
Providence Police Chief Hugh Clements testified in support of the bill on Tuesday. He agrees the court can determine when a firearm needs to be removed from a home, but that this bill is an added safety measure for Rhode Island families.
We've supported it the last couple of years in the Rhode Island Police Chiefs Association.
He says in 2016 there were between 1,300 and 1,500 domestic violence calls in the capital city. The chief tells us those calls are some of the most difficult for law enforcement.
And any time you introduce a firearm into a disturbance or an argument, it's a recipe for disaster.
Here in Rhode Island, there have been 54 deaths related to domestic violence since 2006. Officials say many of them involved guns.
We're in support of any actions that can be taken that's going to prevent harm to another family member, any member in a domestic violence situation, and removing a firearm certainly is a benefit to getting that firearm out of the household to prevent that injury or death.
And testimony is still ongoing inside the State House. Due to the sheer volume of people that are signed up to testify, it could be a few hours before this wraps up tonight. Now, if this bill is passed, it would apply to any domestic restraining order or protective order that's renewed or issued after July 1st of this year. Reporting live outside the State House with the Mobile Newsroom, I'm Caroline Goggin, Eyewitness News.